Here's a quick question. What's your favorite sports anime? If you grew up in the 90s or early 2000s, maybe it is Slam Dunk, The Prince of Tennis, or perhaps Initial D. In more recent years, there have been great works like Free, Yuri on Ice, Gone with the Wind, Blue Lock,
最もフットボールの熱い場所に一番強いやつバン
Haikyuu,
飛べ
and the list goes on and on. Needless to say, they're all great works, but for me, I think I found my new favorite just last year. It is a MAPPA production that aired in April, Oblivion Battery. Its series director, Nakazono Masato, had previously worked in other MAPPA productions such as Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. This is his first time taking on the role of a series director, and I can't think of a better way to debut, because Oblivion Battery is truly one of the best animes I've watched in a long time. The author of the manga, Mikawa Eigo, created this story after her last work, Butaizemi, was terminated, so it was made when she was experiencing a ton of frustration. Since Butaizemi tells a more gloomy story, for her next work, Mikawa wanted to create something more comedic. She drafted the first couple chapters of Oblivion Battery, sent those drafts to a number of publishers before Shonen Jump Plus accepted all of them. And on April 26, 2018, the very first chapter of Oblivion Battery debuted on Shonen Jump Plus's website. For those who have neither read nor watched the story, here's the synopsis on Wikipedia. In the world of middle school baseball, Haruka Kiyomine and Kei Kaname are the genius battery who were once feared by everyone. This includes Taro Yamada, who, after competing and losing to them, decided to quit baseball and go to Kotesashi High School, a school with no baseball club. However, to his surprise, he encounters Haruka and Kei and discovers that Kei suffers from amnesia, losing all memory of playing baseball and is refusing to play again. Joining the newly established baseball club, Taro and Haruka decide to bring Kei back to baseball by showing him the fun of it. Joined by Aoi Todo and Shunpei Chihaya, two other genius baseball players who had also quit baseball after getting crushed by Haruka and Kei, the five began once again living their baseball life. Before I talk about the first episode, I'm going to do a quick run-through on basic rules of baseball. If you're already familiar with the rules, you can skip to the timestamp shown on the screen right now. Baseball is a game played between two teams of 9 players each. The game consists of 9 rounds or 9 innings, each divided into 2 halves, the top half and the bottom half, with the 2 teams taking turn playing offense and defense. The team with a higher point at the end of the 9th inning wins. The game is mostly played on this diamond-shaped field. Each of these corners form a base, totaling 4 bases: first base, second base, third base, and home base, also known as home plate. During a team's turn in offense, its players each take turns batting at the home plate. The batter's goal will be to hit the ball to a location on the field where the opposing team has difficulty reaching. Once the ball is hit into play, the batter must run toward first base and can continue advancing as far as possible. If the ball is caught by a member of the opposing team before the ball hits the ground, or thrown to the base the batter is trying to advance to before the batter can actually arrive at that base, then that batter gets an out. A hit that gets a batter to first base is a single, to second base a double, to third base a triple, and back home is a home run. A player who makes it around all the bases and back to home base scores a run. Each base can be occupied by 1 player at a time. So each time a batter makes a hit, runners already on bases may be forced to advance to the next base. During defense, each player occupies a position on the field. You can separate them into 3 groups. The first is the battery, consisting of the pitcher and the catcher. The second group is the infield, consisting of the first baseman, the second baseman, the third baseman, and the shortstop. The third group is the outfield, consisting of the left fielder, the center fielder, and the right fielder. The pitcher's role is to throw the ball toward the batter, aiming for the strike zone, which is this area from the midpoint of a batter's shoulder and the top of the uniform pants, to a point just below the kneecap. If a batter does not swing for a pitch in the strike zone or swings and misses, it counts as a strike. 3 strikes, the batter gets an out. Once a team gets 3 outs, the offense and defense switch. However, if a pitch lands outside the strike zone and the batter does not swing for it, the batter gets a ball. With 4 balls, the batter gets a walk, meaning they get advanced to first base for free. If there is already a player on first base, that player can then advance to second base, and so on and so forth. That covers the very basics of baseball. The actual gameplay is obviously a lot more complicated, and there are many additional rules, but I'll cover them as they come up. Okay, back to the anime. The first 3 minutes is an anime original. It is exceptionally well done with lots of detail. It focuses on the battery, Haruka and Kei in defense, with the surrounding cast making up the offense. In the storyboard, Mikawa describes the sky as scarily blue, so the anime makes a cloud look as if a blue storm is heading toward the baseball field. The first batter is Yama, who does not make a swing for Haruka's first pitch. Nor does he swing for the second pitch, resulting in 2 strikes. He swings for the third pitch, but misses, leading to his 3rd strike and him being the first out. The shot of the scoreboard shows us what we just saw, but more importantly, it informs us the batter is going to change. The next batter is Toto. The first pitch lands outside the strike zone, resulting in 1 ball. Toto does not swing for the second pitch, 1 strike. The third pitch he swings for, but misses, 2 strikes. As you can see here, Toto is already pretty shaken up after seeing Haruka's pitches. Toto eventually misses the 4th pitch, leading to his 3rd strike, becoming the 2nd out. I will go into more detail about this game later on in episode 6. Again, we get a shot of the scoreboard, reflecting what just happened and informing us the batter is going to change. The third turn is a little different. Our focus is no longer on the batter, but on the runner. Chihaya is already on first base. This means he either batted one of Haruka's pitches or was awarded first base. Look at the scoreboard. This is the top of the 4th inning, and Fujimi has 1 hit. This could have occurred in one of the previous innings, but judging from the scenario, I'm going to say this hit came from Chihaya in this inning, and he made it to first base. So he did something Yama and Toto were unable to do. Back to the scoreboard. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 out. Chihaya is the leadoff batter, meaning he is the first player to bat during his team's turn in offense. This indicates that after Chihaya made that hit, the 2nd and 3rd batters were struck out by Haruka. Now is the turn of the 4th batter, who now has 1 strike. 2 more strikes, Fujimi's offense round ends. The current point difference between the 2 teams is 3, which is already a pretty drastic difference, so Fujimi needs to bag points any chance they have. That's why Chihaya attempts to steal a base here, meaning he is trying to reach the next base without the aid of his teammate hitting the pitch. Rare toe base stealing is something Chihaya is exceptionally good at, yet the battery seems to be 1 step ahead. Haruka throws the pitch to Kei, who then throws the ball toward the shortstop, resulting in Chihaya getting a tag out. Tag out is when a player in the defense team touches the runner with a hand or glove, holding the ball before the runner can touch the actual base. This results in Chihaya being the 3rd out. 3 out is when the offense and defense should switch, but the anime inserts a monologue by Yama and a shot at the 3-band stadium, Hachioji, a real stadium in Tokyo, to inform us we're about to watch a new game. This is also to intentionally separate the first 3 players, Yama, Toto, and Chihaya, from the next player, Kokuto. This game starts off with Kokuto not swinging at 2 of Haruka's pitches, resulting in 2 strikes. Take a look at the scoreboard. This is the top of the 7th inning. Since this is a senior league game, they don't do 9 innings, they do 7, meaning this is the last inning of the game. Hoya has 3 points, while Shinomiya has none. Kokuto is the 4th batter, which is almost always the best batter on the team. No ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, meaning at this moment, if Kokuto does not help his team gain 3 points, the game is over. For the 3rd pitch, Kokuto makes a swing, and he comes really close, but still misses, ending the game. There are even more details that you can go into, but I'll stop here for now. Even if you don't know anything about baseball, the animation alongside the soundtrack should be sufficient in letting you know just how suffocating the battery's playing style is. The title of the soundtrack is literally Nightmare. After such an intense 3 minutes, the next thing we see is Kei in the hospital, eating a banana. He's lost his memory.
あれ 君誰だっけ？